So yeah, I mean, coming off the back of the disappointing result for us against Risborough Rangers on the Thursday, which could have swung either way, so obviously first and foremost, well done to everybody for getting the game on. I think it was massively important to stop us having another Thursday game tonight. Fair credit to everyone that was involved in it. Unfortunately, the game didn't really live up to the expectations. I said it in my post-match, I said it was probably about 60-65 minutes. The game just petered out into nothing really, just a few little powder puff chances from both teams, and it just literally filtered out to a 1-1. As I said, it had a bit of a strange carnival atmosphere, to be honest with you, minus the music. It just didn't seem to me like two teams that were desperately going for the kill, which was disappointing from my perspective. I was quite open and honest about my feelings post-match. Yeah, it still hurts a little bit, to be honest, because I said Biggleswade were a side that, you know, as much as they've been on a good run of form, we were the home side, and it was important that we came away with 3 points to keep our season alive. But it wasn't to be. The nature of the performance was very, very disappointing. That lands 100% at my door. It's nothing to do with anybody else. I pick the team, I pick the systems, I pick the formations, I pick the style of play, I do the training, I do the coaching. Nobody else is accountable other than me. And we went out with a whimper. So I've got to look at the reasons why that is. And I'll look internally. I have done for a while now. And make a decision on what we sort of do moving forward for the next couple of games. But yeah, I was very, very flat, very disappointed with the performance. And unfortunately, that was probably the end of the season in terms of pushing for the promotion. So same again on Tuesday night. I actually thought we got away with one, to be honest. I think they've had a couple of really good chances late in the game to win the game. 2-1 at half time, wonderful strike by Rory Mills for the second, delightful Webby to get his goal. And unfortunately, last 15 minutes, I know we had a lot of enforced changes through no fault of our own, but sometimes you get whacks, you get injuries, you get situations that you have to make changes and you have to make some decisions, which is what we did. And unfortunately for ourselves, we couldn't quite go and get the winner. It was another point. It was, you know, from my perspective, it's a disappointing point. And I don't mean it disrespectfully to Colney Heath. You know, they're third bottom fighting for their lives, and to be fair, they gave a really good account of themselves. But I thought we never really threatened the goal. Sort of last 15-20 minutes, it felt a little bit like Saturday. And again, I'll look at that. Players can't be accountable for that. That 100% again lands at my door. I'm responsible for everything that you see on the pitch, whether that be a Saturday or a Tuesday. And I was disappointed with Tuesday. I'm still disappointed tonight, and it's 48 hours later. So the most important thing now I've got to do is get ready for Saturday at home to Baldock, which will be another really tough test. So looking at the squad, we'll assess Joe Sellers-West tonight, see how he is. Obviously he had to come off at half time, unfortunately, on Tuesday with an ankle injury. We've got a couple unavailable, a couple that will be available, a couple that will be left out through my choice, not theirs. And we'll have a look at a few things. I've not really worked out what the squad's going to be for Saturday yet. We'll train tonight, we'll have a look at it. We'll work as best we can tonight in terms of getting ourselves an 11 on the pitch and a 16 in the squad. That gives us a chance of winning games of football. And like I said, we've been a little bit unlucky with situations, with injuries. Obviously we've lost Luke Dunstan over the last sort of 10 days. He's a big miss, huge miss for us. He's exactly what I want to see from a player. He's got a bit of everything, Luke. You know, he's a player that I feel this season has been massively treated unfairly throughout the season, not just by referees. But I'm glad he's come good. I'm glad he's shown people exactly what a good footballer he is. And I know Luke, and I know there's even more to come from him. And he fits the mould of the players. He's got the type of players I want in my group. We've missed John Smith without doubt. I don't hide from that. We miss his tenacity. We miss his, you know, desire to win. I certainly couldn't have seen our two lacklustre performances had they have played. But they definitely would have played for me. But as I said, you know, that's my fault. That's nobody else's fault. That's the way that it is at the moment with the squad. So we've got to get an 11 on the pitch on Saturday that gives us a chance of winning. We'll review the Osei-Addo situation with Ramel Sterling and Sam Scott that are there at the moment. Obviously Isaac Ololei, he's come back. He was excellent on Tuesday night. I was really, really pleased for him. He's a wonderful human being. Worked incredibly hard and worked himself to the point really where he probably couldn't run it any further. So that's exactly the types of people you need in the group. So we're glad to have him back, and like I said, we'll assess the Ramel or Sam Scott. It's whether we bring them back prior to Saturday. What I don't want to do is obviously stitch up Oxy Jets, who are still fighting for their lives. But at the moment, I still want to see Sam Scott in the Dunstable Town shirt. He's going to be one that I'm absolutely certain that the supporters will really enjoy having here. So yeah, I mean, play Baldock on Saturday. You look at it, it's 2 weeks since the Cockfosters game. I think after the Cockfosters game, I certainly didn't see what was coming over the last 2 weeks. We were very good at Cockfosters. We haven't quite hit those heights since. As I said, I didn't think we played poorly against Risborough, in all fairness. I think we were unlucky. But you have to credit the opposition. See, Baldock on Saturday, as usual, we're playing a team that's coming into it on form. They're unbeaten in 5, and whilst a lot of those have been draws, I was impressed with them when we played them back in January. They were energetic, the manager's got a great tune out of them, and they present a real tough test again on Saturday. And unfortunately for us at the moment, every time we seem to get a team, they've either got something to play for or they're on a good run of form. So it's a good run for our lads to have to bounce back on Tuesday. Obviously my job tonight, my focus is to get my team selection right, get my tactics right if I can. As I said, I'm one of those that I'll always look in, I don't look out. I'll analyse my own performance, I'll look back on the season. Probably a little bit disappointed if I'm being completely honest. There'll be loads of things that I'll look at that I probably should have done better. And I think I've done a really average job, to be honest. That's because we ain't won a cup, we ain't won the Vars. We're 5th in the table, I think, maybe coming for 4th. It's not where I set my aspirations, and I'm sure there'll be a few supporters out there that would probably echo those sentiments. And I'm certainly not going to stand there and pat myself on the back for finishing 4th or 5th this season. So we've got 18 points to play for. I certainly don't want to finish the season on an average note. We've got a long way to go. We've got a lot that I want to see from the group, a lot that I feel, compelled to make sure that I get right in order for us to finish the season as strong as we can. And then we'll sit down in the summer and we'll see what the plan is for the following season. But that's how I'd sum it up at the moment. Got to do better. Got to do better in so many areas at the moment. If I'm looking at it and I'm being completely honest. And as I said, average and mediocre is what the club used to be on the pitch. We've had some real highs this season. We've also had some big time lows. And like I said, I don't sit there and expect backpats and handshakes and high fives from people. Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it is the objective I set myself. Forget what objective the club sets me. I haven't reached, I haven't hit, and I don't hide from that. And I'm very disappointed about that. On a personal level. I'll take the inevitable criticism that I'm sure will follow with that. But the most important thing at the moment for the next 6 games is to win. To get 18 points. That's all I want to do now. And then we'll see where it takes us.